to practice. Now today we're going to explore a different phenomena within our body that we can understand and use and harness as a greater lever to change our state of being. And it's all based around the volume of air that we take in and the ratio between the volume of the inhale and the exhale. Now in previous videos we've already discussed how speeding the breath up elevates the system, and this is called sympathetic tone, which is very useful, especially when we wake up in the morning or if we're engaging in high intensity exercise. We also discovered that when we slow the breath down, this is called parasympathetic tone, and this is useful when we're trying to relax or become calmer or think a little clearer. Now there's an addition to this. Every breath that we take, whether it's an inhale or the exhale, it subtly changes the volume within the heart, and the miraculous nature of our body picks up on that. We have a set of receptors called the baroreceptors that are sensitive to pressure change, and when they sense that the pressure is changed in the chamber of the hearts, they send signals down neural pathways, and that changes our autonomic tone. So a greater emphasis and greater volume of the inhale gets the body to become more sympathetic. It arouses the system. If there's more emphasis on the exhale, the counter happens. The heartbeat slows down and the system moves more parasympathetic. Now this dynamic loop is what echoes some of the studies done by Dr. Andrew Huberman, the neuroscientist I've mentioned several times in the course so far. And he said that this is a very real-time conversation between your heart, your cardiovascular system, your nervous system, and your brain. Now, real-world examples of this great phenomena you've experienced yourself. Think of how you breathe when you're exercising, when you need more energy, when you need more arousal, more burst to be able to complete the exercise. Take bigger inhales. Heart rate speeds up. If we take that further, think of the state of someone's in and how they breathe when they're experiencing stress or anxiety or even a panic attack. They get locked in that cycle. Big inhale, and that rapid, shallow breath with a greater emphasis on inhale can lock the nervous system in that heightened sense of arousal. And that's what we see more commonly in day-to-day life. So therefore, by teaching people the relationship between how they breathe, not just the speed, but the volume of the inhale and the exhale, then getting them to experience it firsthand, and then enabling them to use that as a lever to help them understand how they're receiving the world at this point in time, and also have a mechanism of how to change how they're receiving and perceiving the world at this point in time. If the person needs to slow things down, if they need to bring themselves down out of that state of elevated arousal, then they simply not just slow the breath down, but they give greater emphasis to the exhale, extend the exhale. If they're feeling lethargic or a little dull, then the counter. Focus on the inhale, breath becomes quicker, big, deep inhale. And by learning this one very simple but incredibly effective tool, we start to teach ourselves and the people that we love around us how to effectively shift the way in which they're interpreting the world, and importantly, the way in which they're responding to the world. Now, the yogis knew this and had this knowledge centuries before science came along to evidence it. But now we have the evidence to go with what the yogis proposed many years ago. How we breathe influences how we experience the world, how we interpret it, and how we respond to the world. That is nothing short of life-changing. And yet again, it's something that we're going to include in today's practice.